joining us for another Lazy Travel Top 5. And today we've got Miss Hannah with us and Nikki. And our category this time is going to be the top 5 reasons to go to Hawaii. One of our favorite destinations. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to kick us off. And I don't like this first pick, my number 5 pick. I don't like it, but I feel like I had to throw it out there. It's going to be the fact that it's in the USA. And I know there is a certain segment of the population, hope it's small, that feels they need to go to somewhere in the USA for safety reasons. We've been battling so hard this year, especially with problems in the Dominican Republic and in the past in Mexico, and those places are fantastic and wonderful, and bad things can happen anywhere, no matter where you go, and these great places, but some people just want to stay in the U.S., and that's the case with Hawaii. So because of that, also, that means that you don't need a passport. Some people that don't want to get a passport, some people can't get a passport. So anyway, do Hawaii, great destination, with no passport in the U.S., you may feel safer, though I don't agree. I think that other places are safe too. What's your number 5?
So I'll just kind of piggyback on that. Mine would be no passport required, but mine's positive. I really like that Hawaii is this really awesome exotic destination that we have the privilege of calling a U.S. state. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. All of the islands have different qualities. They all have rainforests. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You would have to go to St. Lucia, I guess, is the closest one, or Costa Rica to experience the rainforest like that, but Hawaii is like 10 times better. No offense to Costa Rica or St. Lucia, but it's just amazing, and they have their own culture, and it's not just enriched with U.S. culture. It's their own distinct culture, with the Tahitians mixed in, and they're dancing and chants, and they have their own language. It's such a beautiful destination. So I think it's just amazing to travel there, and it's awesome that it's part of the U.S. and that you don't need a passport. So.
Your number 5, is it different or the same as ours?
No, it's completely different.
Okay, good.
Has nothing to do with the passport. It's just nature. I was thinking of helicopter tours in Kauai, hiking, volcanoes, of course Diamond Head, waterfalls, surfing invented there, whale watching, so anything from just landscapes to animals, everything in between. All of the beaches are public. So nature was my number 5.
Okay, nature.
That's a good one.
Good. What is your number 4?
Okay, so I'm going to go with beach vacations. So my number 4 would be, if you're looking for a great beach vacation, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the U.S., but it is in the U.S. Hawaii is great. They have fantastic beaches. You have Waikiki Beach on Oahu, which is famous. Everybody knows about Waikiki Beach. You have beaches on the North Shore. The really cool thing about Hawaii is that it's super easy to drive around. The speed limit's really low, so even if you're scared of driving somewhere you've never been, it's like 40 miles an hour everywhere. So super easy to drive around. There's hidden beaches everywhere, so you can go on your own little adventure and just get lost in the beaches instead of having to fight crowds or having to fight traffic. So you can kind of go on your own little beach adventure.
What's your number 4?
My phone just went off. My number 4, I think it was food. It is. So food is it's very, very, very different. I don't think I was expecting. I was expecting a certain level of fresh food and good seafood and whatnot, but everything from, I guess, what you would expect to local, unique, different little trendy things like loco moco, the rice, hamburger patty, gravy, a fried egg on top, and I was like, what? So there's healthy options like fresh fish and fresh fruit, fresh pineapple. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry. To just like fun little snacks and whatnot, and of course, coffee. Plain coffee.
You're a coffee person.
Yeah.
So good.
You're definitely a coffee person. Yeah.
So good.
Food is important. Food is good. We did not, as always, we did not compare lists, but at some point we may need to for carrying like this, because my number 4 is beaches, just like you. So yeah, just amazing, fantastic beaches, and yeah, just the whole destination. It's just you end up anywhere there. You just get a fantastic one like you said that is well known, and you might come across one that's kind of your own discovery. It feels like so. It's just maybe one of the best beach destinations in the world, and you got it right in our country.
The other cool thing to add about beaches that just totally whoosh, they have black sand beaches there and pink beaches. So it's just really cool.
The reason I have it as number 4, not higher up the list, is the only, again, you got me being negative the first time, being negative again on this one. I didn't know this, until I went there the first time. But I got a Mai Tai and tried to step on the beach, and that's a no-no. No alcohol on the beach at all. So yeah, I didn't realize that. You ready for number 3 pick?
Sure. Kind of tying in beaches. My number 3 is that, and I want to be super clear on that, I really think that Hawaii is fantastic for families and couples and romance, so honeymooners and couples looking to get away, whereas other destinations, so many times there are tourism boards and resorts that try to say that they have something for everyone, or they try to be both. Hawaii as a destination, it's not one particular island or hotel. Overall, I really think it's great for both because there are private beaches. You have a little cityscape in Honolulu on Waikiki where kids can do Segway tours and go to the aquarium and the cultural center. And on Maui, there's condos and villas. But if it's just a couple looking to get away, there's also very romantic, hidden beaches, secluded areas, dinner sunset cruises. There's a lot of seclusion, intimacy, romance. So I really think it's just perfect for both.
Yeah, and like for families now, I mean, it's not new now, but last 10 years or so, they have that Disney resort now on there. So definitely that one aims toward families. Well, other parts of Hawaii maybe more adult oriented. So yeah, great options. For me, mine is going to be the people. The people are very nice in Hawaii. You're always going to have exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, very nice and very intelligent when it comes to tourism, because there are some islands, some destinations where there's almost a resentment toward the tourists. The people in Hawaii are very different. They really embrace it. They understand that it's a
spirit
of
aloha.
Exactly, spirit of aloha, and they understand that tourism is paramount for their economy. So they get it. They're very nice, very welcoming. You're talking about driving around. If you're nervous about where you're going and stuff, these people will help you out. They'll tell you, give you directions. Just really nice, kind people go out of their way, and you really feel welcomed in Hawaii. Number 3 is people for me. How about you?
I thought we were done with them. I thought I already did number 3. I didn't though.
You want to look at your list? You know what
I got
people
too. So my number 3 is actually to tie on what Nikki said. It's a destination for everyone. For me, Hawaii is big for family trips, multi-generational family trips to be more specific, because there is something for everyone to do. There's so many destinations where it's really hard for grandma and grandpa to fully enjoy the experience, either because there's too many stairs or mobility issues, or it's too hot. It's really hard to be in the Caribbean in the summer when it's so humid, whereas Hawaii is a very dry temperature, and it's temperate year-round. Hawaii's beautiful year-round. The water temperature is amazing year-round. So it's really something for everyone. Honeymooners, anniversary couples. I actually honeymooned on Maui, so I'm partial to it, but it's a really romantic destination. There's so many things to do, and I feel like it's a really great place where you're driving around. There's a lot of things that you need to experience, maybe, especially as a honeymoon couple. Traveling together is always a big test, and in Hawaii you get to do a lot. You get to drive together on roads you've never been. You get to do adventures. So it's so cool, and like what Philip said, the people make you feel so welcome. So it's really hard. It'd be really hard not to enjoy your trip there.
Absolutely. I'm going to lead off with number 2, and mine is going to be similar to Nikki's. Nikki said it as nature, but I'm saying it's scenery. Just breathtaking scenery. We've talked about the beaches already, but you're also going to have the mountains. You're going to have the jungle. You're going to have the volcanoes. You have waterfalls. It is breathtaking. To have all that in one destination or in one state is just amazing. It's just every turn you see something new, something different, just breathtaking. I remember on Kauai, for those of you who are older like me that had that movie South Pacific, and in Kauai you have.
I thought you were going to say Jurassic Park.
Wow. this is before Jurassic Park. This was South Pacific. But yeah, we have that scene, opening scene from South Pacific. But that's right there in Kauai. But yeah, just beautiful, beautiful scenery.
Google's opening scene of South Pacific.
Didn't that come out like last week? Jurassic Park? No. Okay. God, what is your second?
My number 2 would be free things. Free things. So when you go on vacation, especially if you're going to a destination you've never been to before, a lot of people will purchase excursions and activities, and while that's something that you can do in Hawaii, there's certainly a plethora of adventure activities to do. There's so many things that you can do on each of the islands that you don't have to pay for an activity for. Because you have a rental car, which I hope you do. If you don't, get one. You can drive everywhere. There's a lavender farm on Maui. There's Surfing Goat Dairy Farm. You can see how they make goat cheese. You can drive to any of the national parks and pay the small national park fee like Haleakala. Just driving around and experiencing different things to eat. Go to Willie Nelson's Bar in Paia. On Oahu, if you have a car, you can drive to all of the hidden beaches that I mentioned. You can drive to see waterfalls. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do that you don't have to purchase an activity for. You can go at your own pace, and I just think it's really cool because Hawaii it's not an inexpensive destination. The food and activities are going to be more expensive than your average destination because they import everything. So I think that the amount of free things that you can do, as long as you have the right travel advisor to guide you on that, is such a really huge benefit to the destination.
I rarely think of Hawaii and the word free or affordable at the same time. When you said free, I was like, holy cow, I can't even imagine that. So, I'm telling you, Hannah knows Hawaii like the back of her hand. So, if you're saying the free things to do, I need to be talking to you because that's really important. That's very good.
Normally we associate that long flight, so the pricey flights and coming back home, next day arrivals, and the hotels. And it is the U.S., so you still have all of the same taxes and gas prices and things like that. But so I'm really glad that you mentioned the parks.
It's just nice to balance it out.
Like
you're going to want to pay for things to do. You're going to want to do the helicopter ride and all that. But it's nice to have it.
Man, if you can, speaking as having to pay we're going on vacation next week, and I know that's going to hit the pocketbook. So, if there are free things involved somewhere, that's fantastic. That's amazing. What's your number 2?
So mine is kind of backtracking or circling back a little bit to the spirit of aloha and the culture of the state of Hawaii. So not just the language being really beautiful and unique and so different and unlike anything I had ever heard before or seen, because you see the signs everywhere. And I remember having fun trying to pronounce things and learning about that, but also a little pop culture, all of the movies that were filmed there,
like
everything from, I know.
And Jurassic Park.
But yeah, I think Turtle Bay is known for, that's where Forgetting Sarah Marshall was filmed, and there's different movie tours that you can take. And so yeah, whether it is the culture of natives, language, and whatnot, also pop culture and how, circling back to movies and fun things, and there being something for everyone in the family. I think that's something where the parents might like this museum for a certain thing, and the kids might like this because of movies, and just the culture.
Very nice. You ready for number 1?
Number 1. Okay, so my number 1 is adventure and eco activity. So it's like a double dose. I had a whole lot of things on my list and I narrowed it down. So for me, Hawaii is home to swimming with dolphins in the wild, whale watching, zip lining, water rappelling, or waterfall rappelling, which I've done in Costa Rica and is really scary. But it's a lot of fun. helicopter tours. I don't remember if I said that already. Movie set tours. You can go and see where 50 First Dates was filmed, where Lost, the best TV show on earth, was filmed. The new Godzilla movie, King Kong movie. I mean, so many movies have been filmed in Hawaii, and they have these really cool tours where you can see them either by vehicle or four-wheeler or horseback riding. So super cool. And then ecotourism, they actually have a lot of volunteer opportunities. Volunteerism is really big in Hawaii. You can volunteer to help plant trees or to help work at a local farm, where they actually are still introducing a lot of the former, what the natives in Hawaii used to do and how they lived their life, and just working the land and setting up their natural fish ponds. Just really neat. It's something that you honestly can't get anywhere else in the world. Just the combination of everything that they have to offer there is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your number one?
My number one, just because I thought it was such a pleasant surprise, I wasn't really expecting this, but how much history, not just World War II memorials, everybody always thinks of Pearl Harbor, but the palace that's there. And there's so much history, and I loved the palace so much. It's one of our newest states. It's the only state that has a palace. It has so much World War II history, and I don't know, I think my number two led into number one when I was thinking of culture. It just automatically took me to history, and I just love that about that state.
Absolutely. My number one is going to be the fact that it is so many different destinations. Some people, when they think of Hawaii, they get an image in their mind of it being one place, but it's not. What I mean by that is the islands are so vastly different, and they all have a different feel to them. If you're looking at Oahu versus Kauai versus the Big Island, those are all so very different destinations, and you're talking about the flights between them are going to be 45 minutes, an hour between them. So you can really see and do a lot of different locations on your trip. Now, having said that, I know you two are the experts, and I know that you're a specialist. If let's say someone was going to do 3 islands, how long do they need to go for their whole trip, do you think?
You need a minimum of 4 nights on each island, and that's a minimum. I really think that you do yourself a disservice if you spend less than a week on one island, just because there's so much to do. I mean, Oahu, for example,
Right.
they say it's town and country because you have the city and then you have the country and the rainforest on the north side. That's one of my favorite trips to put together, is the combination of the two, because it makes for a full experience in just a week. If you only have a week and you really want to do 2 islands, then you could do just the highlights of the city portion of Oahu and pair that with Maui or Kauai.
But you think if you have a couple weeks, you can do 3 islands, 3 of them.
Yeah, if you have 2 weeks, you could do 3 islands.
Because it's such a different destination on each island. The feel is so different.
I would rather somebody go to one island for a week and then save the other ones for another trip back. Don't
overdo it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't
Because you
overdo
want
it.
downtime. I think everyone gets in this mindset of, you want to see as much as you can and do as much as
But
you
then it
can.
becomes a
But you can
blur.
see,
Yeah.
I know, you're exhausted because you're throwing in extra travel days between there, and I think it's truly a disservice to the quality of the vacation if you try to cram so much in that it's hard to even breathe.
Absolutely.
And it's stressful. It's stressful moving hotels and packing and unpacking.
I believe that. I mean, here especially, but with travel in general, when we talk about European itineraries, when we talk about just hopping around in general,
Yeah.
And so with Hawaii, with it being different destinations, I mean, you go for one trip on the Big Island, go back to Kauai, completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. And I like jumping around more than they do, so I'd be one to probably do a couple of islands in 10 days or so. But I would like that. So anyway, hope this helped. Hope this gave you some information about Hawaii. Thank y'all both for doing this, and we'll see y'all next time.
Aloha.